Okay guys, it is time for a new update here on the Bitcoin price. I can already tell you, luckily the bulls were able to pump the price back above the $18,800 to $19,000 level yesterday, because as you guys know, this is where our most important daily horizontal and also weekly horizontal support is at. Now that we got a pump above that, does this mean we are out of the red? We can now expect the Bitcoin price to just pump like crazy and the bottom is in? Guys, I will tell you exactly what we are doing next. As you know, yesterday we already took some significant profits off of our short positions because we knew that the potential is there that the daily candle might still close above. The only thing is, guys, why I'm not jumping into massive long positions right now and getting very excited. Yes, I actually started opening another swing long position. As you guys know, everything below the $22,000 level is a possibility for me to enter very low leverage 3x leverage long positions. But especially what we want to talk about today is something that could have an impact on the price without anything in the charts. I mean, no matter how bullish this daily candle might be right now, I have on-chain data that scares me a lot. But besides that, we also want to talk about the SEC actually, guys, putting up a claim that every Ethereum transaction is actually a US transaction. Guys, be prepared for today's video. This is something you don't need to be scared of. I think Ethereum already has this news priced in, especially because it's already not so realistic that it will go through. Nevertheless, watch the video till the very end, and also guys, make sure to subscribe, activate the bell, smash up a like. Maybe we can reach 1,000 likes. I really would appreciate that, and leave a comment down below. That is also always much appreciated. But now let's just jump right into the charts. As I already said, guys, on the smaller time frames, there's nothing too important happening. We saw right now somewhat of a rising wedge forming here on the 1 hourly time frame. We just broke it to the downside, and how it looks like Bitcoin is right now moving to see a retest around the $19,800, $20,000 level. I can already tell you, if we are getting rejected here and we are breaking below the old low point, so we are seeing something like this, and we are breaking here the old low point to the downside, right? I mean, this would be a reasonable scenario, and I think I would actually scale up my short positions there a little bit. But nevertheless, it's very irrelevant chart pattern. Actually, it's on the 1 hourly time frame. We just saw massive volatility on the weekly and the daily. So I really have to say, guys, maybe the price will need now 24 hours at least to consolidate a little bit till we can really see something in the charts again. For now, guys, I really have to say not too much visible here in the charts on the smaller time frames. On the daily, I mean, still it is a bullish daily candle close. For now, the weekly candle is closing in 5 days and 17 hours. So at the price levels we are at right now, it would for sure be a more bullish weekly candle close. Nevertheless, guys, like I said, this weekly candle still has 5 days and 17 hours, so anything can happen in that time. And also our monthly candle, I mean, we still have 10 days remaining, so right now there's still the potential of a massive wick to the downside to the 35% level. So nothing much has changed there. The only thing that we can keep an eye on now is if Bitcoin is starting to break below the $19,000 to $18,800 level once again. I mean, if that happens, we would form another lower low, as we already did. I mean, you can see here on the 1 hourly time frame, we definitely formed a lower low here compared to our previous low. Nevertheless, it's not too crazy, and as I said, on the bigger time frames, everything is looking not all too bad right now through the big recovery we saw in the yesterday. But why am I not celebrating now, and why am I not just jumping into massive long trades? Yes, I opened another swing long position just because, I mean, as I told you guys, yeah, everything below the $22,000 level, I want to start scaling up my swing long positions liquidation price below the $14,000 level. It's always possible to double the trade up, so then that I don't lose any of my $80,000 margin that I have in this trade right now. But guys, this is not important. These are going to be things that we will talk about over the next few days and weeks. What I really want to talk about is this on-chain data here, because this on-chain data, guys, shows us actually Bitcoin that haven't been moved for 7 to 10 years. So 7 to 10 year old Bitcoin are actually now going onto exchanges to get sold. And what has happened in the past? Guys, let's just take a look. Our old all-time high, we saw exactly at the top, a massive spike of Bitcoin that haven't been moved for 7 to 10 years. So really OG whales moving coins at the exact top, most likely even creating the exact top for Bitcoin. Now we saw the thing again directly before the Corona dump happened. a massive amount of very old BTC flew into the markets. Bitcoin was starting to reach the top. The whales started to sell off massively here at 0.3. They didn't really get what they wanted, probably the all-time high or the top. They sold again, and again we started to correct downwards. And now, guys, what was interesting is that pretty much when everybody was like thinking about, okay, is this now a continuation or is this the end of the bull market? What happened as a confirmation for the end of the bull market and the start for the bear market? We saw again a huge, massive spike of long-term whale players, 7 to 10 year old coins, being moved to exchanges and getting sold. And what is happening right now is something that scares me a little bit, because since we saw the previous dump here, now actually, again, coins are getting moved. 7 to 10 year old coins are getting moved once again. And in the past for Bitcoin, that has always been a sign that these long-term whale players are looking to sell off and push the price even lower. That's why, for now, I am remaining a little bit careful because only of this on-chain data, just because right now on the daily time frame we saw a bullish daily candle close. This doesn't mean that we are out of the danger zone yet. We can easily see another pump all the way here to the $24,000 level, another rejection, form here a broadening wedge, for example, right? And then we can still easily see a breakdown to the downside. So let's just be aware of that. My opinion still remains that the bottom most likely will happen this month or early next month, so within the next 2 or 3 weeks. If we see the significant drop to the downside, it will happen very soon, especially because the significant drops always happened almost instantly after these long-term coins were moved. So in the case that, looking here at the very rare occasions where we saw a little bit of a bigger spike and then a pump to the upside, we would need to pump relatively soon. We never saw it that pretty much coins got moved, 7 to 10 year old coins got moved, and then we didn't expect any move. All the time when this happens, we either saw, most of the time, a massive dump, or actually every single time a massive dump, besides maybe this level here over here, and we never reached this this higher zone above 5,000 BTC, right? We never reached that, as you guys can see. These were lower candles that didn't reach that level quite. And in that case, I really have to say, just looking here, that we also have 2 days of this significant sell amount of long holding BTC. We could see that if we're just adding that together, we would have here a significant spike once again. And these significant spikes that normally happen only on 1 day, but now we're split onto 2 days more or less, they usually result in the Bitcoin price, or have every single time actually resulted in the Bitcoin price correcting afterwards. So this is the only reason why I don't want to get overly bullish yet. As always, I'm still opening swing longs. Nevertheless, guys, I think this on-chain data is something we need to be a little bit worried about. Besides that, guys, after Ethereum switched to proof of stake, I mean, now the nodes, right? It's about who has a lot of Ethereum. And actually, these main node runners, or the majority of the node providers for Ethereum network, are actually based in the US. And now the SEC is claiming that, oh, okay, this means actually the most or the majority of the network is actually US based. This means you guys fall under US jurisdiction. And this is something that they will most likely will not get through with. I think this is also something that is already priced in to the Ethereum price, and it's more of a FUD. But we need to keep in mind here that this could be an attack point for any proof of stake system at a later stage if they don't ensure, especially if cryptocurrencies shall take over, for example, the global reserve currency, whatever, the US dollar, and also more or less they just fiat currencies in general, the euro. If that should happen, I mean, then we would really have a problem if one single country could say that all of the transactions of the network fall under their jurisdiction because the majority of the proof of stake node holders are actually based in the US. And this is a big problem for decentralization in my opinion. Nevertheless, this won't get through, and for sure, I mean, this will just most likely result in the Ethereum node holders then maybe splitting or venturing out of the US, which is always a possibility. So I don't think this is something all too crazy that we need to be worried about, but it just shows that there are dangers with proof of stake that proof of work doesn't really have, because proof of work, I mean, we had the whole situation in China where we had the majority of the Bitcoin miners in China and then it got forbidden and stuff like that. But we just need to keep in mind that Bitcoin mining is a little bit easier, right, to have it completely decentralized, because there's a cost to it. So there will be always countries where energy will be cheaper and all that kind of stuff. With proof of stake, you are just having coins sitting in your wallet, so more or less you are not dependent on the on any location. So the likelihood of then the majority of holders being in a country where there is a lot of wealth, like the US, is almost guaranteed, especially with smaller coins that use proof of stake. They have the potential that they have the majority of their stakers then in a single country, and an economical powerful country, is very, very high. And that's why I think just down the road, this could be something that, proof of stake coins need to keep an eye on. For now, guys, let's just keep an eye on the smaller time frames. As I said, with the next couple of days, I mean, the $18,800 to $19,000 level is still the level that we shouldn't break down to the shouldn't break to the downside. For now, our daily candle got bought up, but still, guys, this on-chain data is worrying me, because just a few days ago we saw this massive spike that in the past for Bitcoin has always meant that we are going into a very sharp and quick decline in price. So let's keep an eye on that, and let's not get too excited. Although, as you know, we are, as always, building up our swing long positions with very low leverages below the $22,000 price range. But now, guys, smash up a like, don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell. I would really appreciate it if you like the content. Also, leave a comment down below and share it with your friends. Besides that, we are going to see us tomorrow in the next video. Till then, bye.